All right, if you're working with data and using the Flexible Statistics and Data Analysis Toolbox, or FSDA, you are going to want to see this. The brand new 2025B release is out, and honestly, it's all about interactivity. They've really focused on making data exploration more intuitive, more hands-on, so let's jump right in and check out what's new.
And right away, you can see what I'm talking about. This isn't just a static picture of a map anymore. This is a live, interactive geomap. It directly connects your statistical findings to actual, real-world geography. And that right there, that's the big theme for this entire update: true, hands-on interactivity. Okay, so where are we going to see the biggest changes? Well, it all kicks off with some massive enhancements to Principal Component Analysis, PCA. Seriously, this is where FSDA 2025B completely changes the game for anyone doing multivariate analysis. So the PCAFS function has always been our rock, right? It gives us the fundamentals: the explained variance plot, the loadings so we can see what our components mean, and that super important outlier map. Don't worry, all of that is still here. But now, think of it as the starting line for something way more dynamic. First, let's look at the scree plot. Just look at that first principal component, PC1. It's towering over everything else, explaining a whopping 66.82% of all the variance in the data. What does that tell you? It tells you that the main story, the biggest pattern in your data, is all wrapped up right there in that single component. All right, next up are the loadings. I always think of this plot as the recipe for each principal component. It shows you exactly which of your original variables are the most important ingredients for PC1 and PC2. This is how you take these abstract mathematical dimensions and give them real-world meaning. And any robust analysis has to deal with outliers. It's just a fact of life. The outlier map is your secret weapon here. It's a diagnostic tool that instantly flags those really influential points. I'm talking about both orthogonal outliers and bad leverage points, the ones that could be silently messing up your entire analysis without you even knowing it. So all of this foundational stuff, it all leads up to the main event, and that is the new, fully dynamic, interactive biplot. Seriously, this is not just another boring, static chart. You should think of this as your new command center for PCA. It's a place where you can poke around, ask questions, and really interact with your results live. And this is where the new interactivity just completely shines. See that little input box labeled conf, L? This is a total game changer, and I really want to emphasize this. You have total control. Want to see what a 95% confidence ellipse looks like? Just type 95 and hit enter. Boom. What about something smaller, like 25%? Type it in. The red ellipse resizes instantly, right before your eyes. It gives you this incredible, intuitive feel for how your data is spread out, just by playing with that one number. It's fantastic. Okay, but it gets even cooler. Let's see how all this builds into the next huge innovation, which is linking your statistical analysis directly to geographic data. This is where those abstract numbers and plots start to meet the real world. This right here is dynamic brushing, and it is so cool to see in action. Just watch. You click and drag to select a group of data points over here in the biplot, and bam! Instantly, the corresponding regions light up on the map. You are literally seeing the geographic footprint of your statistical clusters in real time. It's an immediate connection between the what and the where. But wait, the connection doesn't stop there. It goes even deeper. See how those units you just brushed in the biplot are now highlighted in red? Well, they're highlighted across the entire scatterplot matrix. What you're getting is a complete, multi-dimensional fingerprint of that specific subgroup. It shows you, at a single glance, exactly how they behave across every single variable you're looking at. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, so beyond that amazing interactive biplot, the 2025B release is also packed with a bunch of other really valuable new functions. These are designed to make interpretations simpler and group comparisons totally crystal clear. Let's be real for a second. Interpreting eigenvectors can sometimes feel like you're trying to crack a secret code, right? Well, the new Smart EV chart option is basically your universal translator. It automatically sorts all the elements by how important they are, it color codes them for you, and it even spits out the actual equation for the component. It just completely removes the guesswork and makes your principal components immediately understandable. Now, if you ever work with grouped data, you are absolutely going to love this. The GRP stats FS function has a new plots option. So now, instead of just getting a big table of numbers that you have to stare at, it automatically generates these beautiful, clear error bar charts. This lets you visually compare the 95% confidence intervals for your different groups. It literally turns a tedious table lookup into an instant visual insight.
And finally, there's a really cool new function called PCA projection. Honestly, whether you're teaching PCA to someone or just trying to get a better group on it yourself, this thing is an amazing educational tool. It creates a series of 6 different plots that basically act like a visual storyboard. It walks you step by step through the whole process of how 3D data gets projected down onto its principal components. It's that how it works visual explanation you've probably always wanted.
So, there you have it. From the interactive biplots and that awesome confidence ellipse control to the dynamic geographic brushing, FSDA 2025B is all about putting you in a direct conversation with your data. So really, the only thing left to do is for you to get your hands on the toolbox and start exploring yourself. So how do you get it? You can download the latest version right now from the MATLAB File Exchange. The full link is right there on your screen. So go ahead, grab it, and start playing with these incredible new interactive tools for yourself. And just so you know, everything we've talked about here comes straight from the official FSDA source, which you can always check out at rosa.unipar.it/fsda.html. Look, this toolbox has taken a massive leap forward in making data analysis interactive and intuitive. So the real question is, now that these tools are in your hands, what are you going to uncover first?